Okay, so I've disconnected it, right? It might also help if you just take out this plug as well while you're doing the wiring up, because it just gives you more room. Now, these wires, they're all grouped together with a piece of tape which I've cut, so it's just easy to separate them. But basically, if you obviously would have bought a starter button, and it will come with a relay, and it will come with all sorts of wires, and it will come with these sort of like these cable splicers, so you don't have to just cut it directly into the wire. You'll find that most of the starter buttons you get, the wires that you need to splice into the actual ignition wires, there'll be a much thicker wire, so I've used that. So it turns out in the MR2 it just seems they all seem the same anyway, the same thinner thickness, but I've used them anyway, which is why they come with these heavy duty wire splicer thingy jigs. But basically, if you look here, here's your DIN plug, right? So the first thing you want to do, and if you get the diagram, you want to look for a solid red wire with silver dots, right? Which is this one here. If we look at this plug, so you've got the bottom, the catch at the bottom, it's this one here in the top left. So that's solid red with silver dots, right? That one has to go to, here's the label, ignition wire to number 30 on the relay. So you can see what I've done. I've obviously got my nice heavy duty one that's come with the kit, used the splicer and basically spliced it to that red wire, and then that just literally goes and gets connected to your relay. Yeah. Now the next one, the other one you need to do, is basically the one that has to be connected to number 87 and 85 on the relay, right? And they need to be joined together. So what you can see I've got here is I've got the two heavy duty ones, and I'll splice them together so then they go into one like that, and then we've got another one and that splices into the actual wire. Now if you read the help on the forums, it's basically, it's a red white wire. It's actually more white than red, so it's white with a thin red stripe, and you have to be careful because there's a lot here. There's a lot other ones like that. You can see there's a couple of red ones here where my thumb is now. It's not them, it's this one that's more white with a red stripe as opposed to red with a white stripe. See, there's some red with white stripes there. As Rudy mentioned on Beanie's notes, it's actually in the middle of the DIN plug, so it's that one there. So you can see it's that one there. So if we're looking, we've got the top row, it's the one in the middle, yeah? And there it is. So you can see I've spliced into that one again, and then that's connected to 85 and 87 there. So there we go, you've got the connector there, and it's connected together. Number 30 we just talked about, and obviously the earth one, number 86, goes to number 86. So you've got ignition wire to number 30, another ignition wire to 85 and 87, and the earth effectively goes to 86. And these relays, they're all standard, they all come with basically your starter buttons. So you can see that's what I've done. Now you want to do all the connecting down here, yeah, and have the wires extended, because there's a lot of wireage going on here, and you've got a relay as well. So the best thing to do is I'm going to tidy it all up and just zip tie it so it's hidden behind this plastic thing here, and I'm not trying to be clever and hide it in the steering wheel cowl thing, because you can see there's just no room there, it's too tight. So just have it all done there nice and tidy. So you can see I've plugged it back in, plugged all that back in, so you can see here's all the relay set up. That's just hanging there for now. I've got my base plate gently on there, and you can see I've connected the wires up. So there's one that goes to the earth in the steering wheel there, and the other one goes to the earth that I've labelled in the old airbag wires. So just put that back there, stick the key on, turn it to ignition, and ready. We're running. Happy days. So you can see here I'm going to try and obviously mount the magneto switch next and have its power, do like something like what Phil did, and then put it all back together. See ya. Okay, so basically I've tidied it all up underneath here now. So I've zip tied it up, and it's going to be very difficult to see on the video, but hang on. If we look, hang on. Right, where are we? There is a bolt under here. Ah, yeah, so there's a bolt there, right, and there's another one further along. Ah, there we go, and you can see I've just literally bolted the relay to it, because the relay have a little hook thing, so I bolted it to there. So I've zip tied all the wires up, so it all looks sort of nice and neat. So you can see there, ah, that's much better, look. So there you go, so the relay's all bolted up there, the wires are all sort of zip tied up. The only thing that's changed since the last shot is basically the number 86 wire to the relay that comes all the way up here. The only thing is it wasn't long enough, so I've had to redo it and do it a longer wire, but basically that's the only one that comes back up all the way up here. So basically I've redone it, and then I basically zip tied it into here, so it all sort of looks neat and sort of nice, neat and tidy. And then when the thing goes back, it'll all be sort of like hidden, and we're good to go. So I'm going to put that back now. So there we go, so all this is now back on. Not that easy to see, but there's sort of part of the wiring, you know, it doesn't touch really anything, should all be fine. And we can probably stick this bit back on now, to be fair, the actual cowling and then the speedo, and then we're done. So there we go, so we've stuck this back on. It's actually probably better to do this bit first and then do the under bit, yeah, because then you can make sure the wires are still all fine. So that's all done there, everything's been put back. And I just need to do the speedo. So there we go, it's basically all back to normal. The steering wheel just got tons of wires sticking out of it. Obviously the wheel's got to come off to sort of do it, because we've got to do the magneto switch next, but all the wiring is ready for that.